Hi everyone, let's take a look at the following integration. Find the antiderivative or the integration of cosine x squared times sine x cubed with respect to x. You have to use a method called trig substitution, and before we get to that, think about cosine x squared, think about sine x cubed in terms of sine x times a bunch of terms in terms of cosine x. So what I mean is this: copy cosine x squared, break sine x cubed into two different parts. Specifically, think about it in terms of sine x squared times sine x. And again, you're finding the antiderivative with respect to x. Now, you copy cosine x squared. And again, think about sine square x and the correlation with cosine x squared. So instead of writing cosine or instead of writing sine x squared, we write this as 1 minus cosine x squared in brackets, copy everything else just like that. Now again, you can rewrite this with sine x at the front. And if you expand this right here, which I'll put in brackets, that's going to be cosine x squared minus cosine x to the power 4. Again, you're finding the antiderivative with respect to x. Now, look what happens. Here comes the substitution. Let u equal to cosine x. And the reason why you want to do that is because when you find dx by, or du by dx, which is finding the derivative of u with respect to x, this would give you negative sine x. Or if you isolate for sine x, dx, this is going to be negative du. Now, why is that important? Because sine x dx is right here. Sine x dx. And if you think about the other part, which I'll use a different color, cosine x is right here. Cosine x and cosine x. So on the next page, I'm going to continue. Are you ready? Here we go. You can continue and rewrite this entire question in terms of the antiderivative of u squared minus u to the power 4 times negative du. Now be very mindful of the negative sign. This is the same thing as finding the antiderivative of negative u squared plus u to the 4, again, with respect to u. When you find the antiderivative of negative u squared, that's negative u to the power 3 divided by 3. When you find the antiderivative of u to the 4, that's u to the power 5 divided by 5. Don't forget the constant. You're looking for infinite many cases. Since we know u is going to be cosine x, the final answer is going to be negative 1 over 3 cosine x cubed plus 1 over 5 cosine x to the power of 5 plus c. Now, all you have to do, again, is spend 1 extra minute. If you find the derivative of the answer, you'll get exactly sine x cubed times cosine x squared back. I hope this makes sense.